Hello, my name's Teiling, and I'm here today for the Tableau 2 project. About the data, it is a basic, simple information, straightforward about the state, the region, the zip code and city, about the items underneath the categories of hair care, lotion, and body wash and soaps. And I've been through and examined the information on the data, and I found some very interesting information that I will be sharing in this presentation. Now going forward to sheet number 1, this is a basic overview of how the 4 regions is doing in its sales and profit in the years of 2020 and 2021. And we can see from here that the central region is doing very good in 2021 in its sales and profit, and the eastern region is doing good in 2020. Next following up is the western region. It's pretty good also, but the Atlas Southern region is not doing very well in both years compared to the other regions. Next is the profit map of the Eastern region. This shows the profit number of all of the states, and we can see from here that Pennsylvania and New York are the top 2 with the highest number of profit out of all. And we can see that those 2 are actually more of the populated states compared to the other ones. Next is sales in the East, in the Eastern region, itemized. We can see from here the profit and sales of each item in 2020 and 2021 in the Eastern states. And we can see that the Teiling Bed Head shampoo and conditioner is actually doing the best overall in both years. And the Olay Regenerate Serum is doing the worst in both years. Next, for the Olay Regenerate Serum's sales and profit map, this shows the profit and sales of this particular item in the whole state, in all of the states, in like California, Texas, and Florida, Pennsylvania, New York. These are all of like the bigger states, and we see they have the highest number of sales and profit, whether it might be because of population, there's more population in these bigger states, or it could be because we can see like California, New York, and Pennsylvania, these are more of like the urban areas with the urban cities and stuff, and maybe people, they seek for fashion or like makeup more over there compared to the other areas. Next, this is a more detailed sales and profit in the eastern states into cities. And we can see from here, this shows New York City and Philadelphia as the cities with the most profit and sales compared to the other cities here. And as we know, these 2 states are actually the top 2 states of the urban areas in the United States. They're definitely considered urban cities. And people there probably seek more fashion, seek more clothing and makeup, and that is probably the main reason of causing the profit and sales highest over there. Next, this is the dashboard, and we can see this is the profit map, and this graph here shows us sales and profit also in the department the item is in, the item name, and the year of the sales. We can filter it by year, or we can look at one combined. But specifically, we will be looking at the Olay Regenerate Serum. We can see from here that in overall both years, New York is doing the best in profit and sales. It's still like the least sales and profit compared to the other items, but it's still doing the best. The New York and Pennsylvania is doing the best in sales profit for this particular item. And if we just go to a specific year in 2020, New York has the highest profit, and then goes Ohio, and then goes Pennsylvania. But if we go to 2021, we can see here that New York drops, with then Pennsylvania being first, Ohio being second, and New York being first. But looking at it like overall altogether, these 3 states are actually the states with the most profit and sales for this specific item. So I would definitely recommend that we put more market and we target these 3 states since they have the higher sales and profit compared to the other areas here. Next, the story, it's basically the same. Eastern region is actually doing moderately. It's doing pretty good on its sales and profit overall. It's not the most, but it's definitely not the least like the southern region. Next, this sales and profit by year. This is just itemized sales and profit by year. We can see that LA Regeneris serum is doing the worst overall, and this one is doing the best. This is just detailed to show just LA Regeneris serum is doing. And here's 2020 is actually doing better than 2021. So we can see that sales dropped in 1 year. Sales and profit dropped. Next, this is just the overall map, and we can see from here that LA Regeneris serum is doing pretty good in the bigger areas, bigger populated areas, and like New York, Pennsylvania, Cali. These are like more of the urban states, and definitely comes to a conclusion that this specific item is doing better in urban areas. And this supports the conclusion that in cities like Philadelphia and New York City, higher sales, people look for high-end, like they seek for fashion, they want makeup, clothing definitely is higher in demand compared to other cities. And lastly, we can see from here that this dashboard definitely tells us that these 3 states, especially Pennsylvania and New York, in the total, like overall, has a higher demand in this specific item, and people purchase it, and the sales and profit are higher in these 2 areas. And lastly, my conclusion is that the Olay Regeneris serum does a better job selling in the urban states like New York, and eastern states particular like New York and Pennsylvania. They have higher sales and profit, and these states are definitely the states where people, they seek for more, these are like fashion. They are high-end in fashion. They seek for makeup, clothing, and like, so we would definitely come to a recommendation that in a short-term goal, we should put in more target market into those states, especially cities like New York City and Philadelphia, because we already know those states definitely will have sales. So we will try to maximize its profits and sales for a short-term goal. And of course, we would like to increase our profits and sales in other states and more rural areas also, but that's more leaning towards like a long-term goal, which will take a long time. And for right now, I think we should just stick with maximizing profits and sales. So we should put in more effort in marketing towards more to urban states and cities. And for this Tableau platform, this is actually the first time I've worked on Tableau, and Tableau 1 has actually taught me a lot, the skills and everything. Skills from Tableau 1 helped me build up my Tableau 2, and the data along with it is very simple and straightforward for me to look at and to create my recommendation and conclusion about this data. And Tableau is actually a very interesting platform, and I would definitely love to use this again in the future. That's it.